G'day, g'day, g'day. This is Charlie, and I'm coming to you today with my daily dose of business tech inspiration. Topic number 261: how to use customer feedback and have it improve your website. Such an important thing that we always miss. We build our websites. Generally, we love our websites because we think, oh, this is fantastic and this has got so much of me, and I spent so much time either developing it myself or having someone develop it for me. We sometimes forget to look at what our customers think and see how our customers feel about the website itself and whether the website is actually doing what we want it to do. So it's really important that we take into consideration customer feedback and not just discount it as, oh, what would they know? It's not their website. And it's a really easy thing for us to do, is to say, no, I like this. This is exactly how I want it. Sometimes we just need to step back and say, okay, let's have a look at this feedback and see what people are saying. So first of all, you do need to somehow get that feedback in. Now, sometimes customers are just going to say to you, your website's not great. I can't find anything. That will be rare. You could absolutely put a feedback form up. If someone has purchased something from your website and someone has sent you an inquiry, you might just go back and say, oh, could we just get some feedback from you? How did you find the website? How did you find finding information? Get a survey going to ask them that question. I'm a little more hesitant at that last one because every time I do something these days, I've got another bloody email in my inbox saying, "Can you give us give us some feedback on?" I'm like, "No, I'm busy. I don't have time to keep giving you guys feedback." The other thing you can do is have a look at the questions and the sorts of inquiries you're getting, either through social media or through your contact forms or however that comes in, or what phone calls you're taking, and see where it's like, well, that should have been on the website. And maybe, if they're saying, well, where I can't find this, or can you tell me about this information? It's like, well, actually, it's on our website. Let me guide you to it. Could you not find that? Maybe you don't ask that question because that's really confronting, but ask a question that gets down to did you actually look? Could you not find it? Was it just easier to ring us? Start to get that sort of feedback from your customers about how your website is performing. When you start to get that sort of feedback, you can then start to identify the pain points. Is it with navigation? Is it with design? Is it with functionality? Do you just not have the content on there that they're looking for? Once you start to get those sorts of big blocks of information, you can start to drill down and fix the common problems. You can also use that feedback. Sorry, I keep fading into my background. You can also use that information to improve the user experience. So once you work out that navigation on the site isn't working as well as you thought it was, or as well as you hoped it would do, you can improve the navigation, and that should automatically start improving the user experience on your site. You can absolutely use that feedback to enhance the content. If you've got questions about something that you do not have on the website and you keep getting questions on that, that is the time that you start to put that content onto the website. I actually quite often will take a set of questions and look at them and go, I get these questions a lot. I know I've got that in this article here and in this piece of information here and in this piece of information here. Maybe I need an FAQ, a frequently asked questions page. And I'll start to put that information into the frequently asked questions. I will link it back into the content where they can get more information, but then just summarize it into something that's a bit bite-sized chunks that maybe that's a bit easier for them to understand or to take away, because I don't want to read all the content that I've got, which is also a problem that I have. It's like, I don't like reading walls of text. You can prioritize new features and changes that you need to make to the site. Such an important thing. And I go back to one of my original customers. We had sat down, she had sat down and planned out this massive coaching program that she was going to roll out. She had phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. And first phase, we're going to do this. And second phase, we're going to do this. And third phase, we're going to do that. And what we did was, rather than try and get it all out together, because it was such a big undertaking and it was going to cost her a lot of money to do it, what she did was she did it in phases. She said, look, I'm going to do phase 1 now, and then in 2 months, I will release the second phase of this. And she was telling all her clients this, and telling all her prospects this. And they're like, yeah, we want to see what you've got. Yeah, we want to start. So when she rolled out phase 1, she did phase 1. And the feedback we got was that they didn't want phase 2. They wanted to jump straight to phase 3. They didn't need that intermediary step. So what she did was she rearranged all of her coaching to bring phase 3 forward. She brought it forward earlier. We worked our tails off to get it out, but it was fantastic because people were champing at the bit for it. She was listening to what her clients wanted and giving her clients what they wanted. So you can prioritize your features. You can prioritize changes. You might be looking at your website saying, I really need to update that page. But then you've got people coming to you saying, hey, listen, we really want to know more about this. So do you go and update that page, or do you go and give them more information about this? Yeah, I mean, maybe there's other considerations, but you've got data now that you can make that decision with. You're not doing it in isolation. You're not guessing at it. You will build trust with your clients if you listen to their feedback, if you actively respond to their feedback and make improvements based on it. It will show that you value their opinions. Now, sometimes you can't, and I get that. And sometimes you just need to go back and say, hey, thanks so much for taking the time to give us that feedback. We've put it into our list of things to consider. At this point, we're not in a position to be able to make that change, but that's really valuable, and we really appreciate that you've taken the time to do it. You may even, for some of those, say, here's a discount. Here's something of value in return for you taking the time to give us this feedback. You can also use feedback as a tool to test new ideas or changes. You can gauge how your audience responds and use that input to refine your approach. So that goes back to prioritizing your features, goes back to looking at where the pain points are. What is it people are looking for? What is it your site is not delivering that your clients really want it, or your customers really want it to deliver? Feedback is a really, really valuable tool. It's important that we step out from ourselves and we put our egos aside. It's a big one. It's a really, really big one. We put our egos aside and we listen to what our customers are telling us and see what it is we can act on versus what is just noise. But we do need to put our egos aside to do it. I'm a big one for it. What would they know? No, it's not true. Well, no, it is true. It is true. And sometimes you just have to take that deep breath and go, let me look at that feedback again, objectively and not emotionally. I think that's lots of good information in there. I hope you guys found that really useful. Is there anything I missed? Is there anything you have questions on? Is there anything you would add? Is there anything you would change of what I've just said? I'd love your feedback. Please leave comments wherever you are listening to or watching this video. You can always send us a DM on our social media presences. If you are watching this on social media or you got the link from social media, you can always DM us there. You can leave comments on our blog if you want, going back to yesterday's episode. You can join us at Locals, askcharlyleetham.locals.com, and join the conversation there. What else can you do? Oh, you can start a web chat up from our website and have a real-time conversation that way as well. We'd love to hear from you, whichever way it is. Guys, tomorrow we are going to be talking about using analytics, maybe Google Analytics specifically, but analytics in general, and understanding your website's performance. That should be an interesting one, I hope. Please remember, if you can, to like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when we drop more content. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Have a fantastic day, guys. Bye.